Hello everybody, and welcome to the 2020 Ohio Games sponsored by Innova. It's taking place at Caesars Ford Park. My name is Bart Kovalevsky.
I'm Christine Jennings.
And we'll be walking you guys through the round today. It's round 2, final round with Andrew Marweed, myself, Cameron Messerschmidt, and Ian Collins. Starting off on hole 1, we have Andrew Marweed throwing a forehand, I believe Firebird, and he's going up the left side, which is a little smaller of a gap than is the right side, but I believe he hits it pretty good, and it ended up all right.
Next we have Cameron with his Diamond Prophecy. So it looks like he's lining up a backhand. The only real tricky part of the beginning of this hole is that there's OB if you hit the early trees. There's a little parking lot down there, but if you hit your line, you're definitely going to be alright.
Yeah, it looks like he's taking this right side gap, which is a little bigger than the left side. It's the more preferred line for this pin position.
It looks like it came out a little early. I'm not sure if he hit those trees right there.
Yeah, he unfortunately hit those couple of trees right in the middle, and it bounced him left and down, not in a good spot. So we'll see if he can scramble from there. I'm throwing my S-Line FD3 here. Also trying to hit this right side gap.
It's looking pretty good. Little kiss off the tree there. Did it stay circle 1?
I believe so. I got a little lucky with that kiss off the tree, and I do have a putt for birdie.
Good start. Now we have Ian. He also looks like he's lining up the backhand line here.
Looks to be on a really nice line, little wind bounce there. But he gets the skip, and
Come on.
he should
Let's
be
go.
inside circle 1.
Nice shot, man. Nice shot. Good shot. Let's go. Good luck, guys.
Here is Cameron in the rough, and that's just about the best he could have done from there. Some pretty thick stuff. No real look at the basket.
So this is his look for his par save. He gives it a good bid, just a little short.
Yeah, a little frustrating to start the round with a bogey here, but we'll see how he turns it around.
Come on.
Ian with a great putt just on the outside of circle 1.
Nice one,
Andrew
Andrew.
cleaning up his birdie there from about 20 feet. And there's me with my birdie from 15 feet.
Cameron's cleaning up his bogey, and we move on to the next hole.
Hole 2 is going to be one of the tougher holes on the course. It measures somewhere, I think, in the 600-700s. It's a par 4. And it has a lot of trees. Andrew hugs his kind of
Nice
close
shot,
to the
man.
inside, but it did work out for him. I'm throwing an S-Line FD here, a turnover.
It looks really nice. Wow, he made it all the way without hitting any trees. That's going to be a good look for his upshot.
Ian's also throwing the forehand here. Also a little inside, but it flattens out nicely. And I believe he's also in the fairway.
Wow, so Cameron's also going forehand.
Oh, that was real good.
It's a little low,
And
but
he just left it a little low. Not the ideal tee shot. And as you can see, it's really tough to get by some of these trees. There's just so many of them here in the fairway.
So this is going to be his third throw.
Go, go, go.
I'm working up the fairway, so at least he's getting up there.
I got some good distance on that roller.
So Ian with his second shot.
Keep pushing.
Playing looks pretty good, but
Yeah.
he's still going to be maybe 100 feet away from the basket. There's another wall of trees you have to get through here once you throw your up shot. And it looks like you found that wall.
Yeah, I wanted to swing that one a little wider. Andrew actually from the rough here just tries to get out and bite off as much distance as he can.
Oh,
Ian throwing this really high, well executed forehand that puts him inside circle one. It's a really good shot.
so now you're really just trying to get to the pin here.
Yeah, I had a tough decision there and I didn't make up my mind. Didn't execute.
Andrew looks like he's going with his pig.
Nice shot.
Yep. It looked a little long, but it sat. He's safe right by the basket. Here's Cameron. He's got this nice outside lane, and he's got that all day.
Thank you.
So what's going to be your look for?
That was for my par. Just trying to give it a bid. Maybe it would go in. There's a nice putt through the trees for par for Ian. Here's my look for bogey.
Yep. Good putt there.
And I think Cameron is tapping in 5. And Andrew will tap in his 4. 4 is a really great score on this hole. To get a 3, you have to throw 2 perfect shots that also get a little lucky. Moving on to hole 3, it's gonna also be a par 4. Also in the 600-700 foot range. You start inside, and you just want to miss these trees and get out into the open here.
Andrew with his forehand destroyer. Just getting out there. Looking
Nice shot,
pretty
man.
good.
Ian looking to follow suit with his Colossus here.
Ooh.
He got away with
nice
that
shot.
one. I think it was a little
Work, yeah.
more inside than he wanted.
Oh no.
And I was trying to throw backhand. And just a little bit of an early release there. So it's going to be trouble for me.
There you go.
Cameron also puts it out there. It's going to be a good spot for his next shot.
All 3 of those forehands played very well. I'm throwing a DD3 on the forehand, just trying to bite off as much distance as I can to try to save my par 4.
So this hole kind of goes down here. You'll see on the right hand side where it gets a little dirt patch there. It goes down and the basket's about 5 feet off of the edge of a creek once it goes down this cliff here.
This is looking really nice. That's just about perfect.
Be enough.
Andrew throwing the same forehand there. It's looking a little high, but it seems he hit those branches. It might have slowed it down a little bit.
And I tried to bite off that angle kind of tight. And I hit those first trees. I had to push that one out a little further. Not really trying to run that with the water behind the basket, just trying to put it under the basket for my bogey 5.
Looks like Ian's just opting to lay up there.
Here's Andrew with like a 20-footer, 25-footer with the water. No problem. Really nice putt by Andrew. And here's Cam with a similar putt.
For birdie.
Nice shot, Cam.
Yeah, very nice putt. Very nice 3 there. here's me for my bogey 5. And Ian tapping in his 4, I believe. There's that water that's right behind the basket. Next is hole 4. It's kind of a corridor down these woods, and then there's a sharp, steep incline in the last half of the fairway up to the basket. Andrew threw a backhand into perfect position there.
James just trying to do the same thing here. It's looking a little early into that left side. We'll see what he has to deal with.
Here's Ian reaching for his Colossus again and pulls it a little wide and catches that tree. And throwing DD3 here.
Oh no.
And this is looking pretty good.
It does look really good. Inside the bowl is not a terrible spot.
There's this big bowl below the hill that occupies the last corner of the fairway there.
Yeah, there it is right there on the right side.
And if you're inside of it, it's kind of difficult to see or even throw over that ledge to the basket. And here you can see Cam is really going to be scrambling.
I think he's just trying to get out more than getting to the pin. That's not going to be a terrible lie for his next shot.
Oh my
no.
god,
Yeah, and he just can't keep the disc low enough. Hits some of that high ceiling, but he'll still have a long putt. Andrew Marley with a perfectly thrown up shot.
So you're stuck behind this tree, which isn't very ideal because you have to throw that really sharp anhyzer. But it looks like it wasn't too difficult.
And here's Ian with the upshot. Pretty good inside circle 1. And here's Cam after scrambling, looking for a circle 2 putt to save his par.
And that was good. Wow.
Great
Really
putt
good
there
putt.
by Cam. We all know that this guy can putt. Next is Ian. He's just going to be cleaning up. I believe this is for par.
Seems that tree on the right side is a little bit in his way. Ooh,
But he's
just sneaks it in.
Yeah, he gets it in there. And here's my putt for birdie 3.
Ooh, good birdie.
Put it away. And Andrew should also have a tap-in birdie 3 as well.
All right. Moving on to hole 5.
Hole 5 has a very low ceiling right off the bat. And you're really just trying to throw the disc as straight as possible because, as you can see here, it's a very sharp turn to the left.
Yeah, it gets really difficult to try to make the disc hyzer or fade as much as the hole actually goes.
You would really need a skip on a backhand, but the grass and the upslope doesn't allow for that skip. I was actually surprised to see everybody on my card throw forehand on this hole.
Wow.
And Ian does not get out of the initial gap.
So Cam here is just trying to get it to the pin. There is a slope behind the basket, so you don't want to get too hot.
And that's a really nice shot by Cam, right under the basket.
Wow.
Ian looking to replicate that, and looks like he did, just inside the circle. And I'm basically looking to do the same thing here, just throwing my putter. Actually, I threw a driver here to try to get a little bit skip at the basket.
Andrew looks like he's just gonna throw a little jump putt at it. That's gonna be a smart play by him.
Yeah, he almost went a little too long there. You don't want to go long because of that drop off behind the basket.
Oh no.
And yeah, luckily
Oh,
Ian did catch the last branch,
yeah, very fortunate for him.
because if he didn't, he would be probably pitching out from the bottom of the hill.
Looks like Andrew kind of found a similar downslope, but no problem. Just tap it in for the par.
Yeah, and really difficult to birdie that one. Moving on to hole 6. It's going to be another par 4. Just looking to hit this gap off the tee and try to get as much distance as you can. As you see Andrew throwing a massive forehand.
They all seem to really like forehands.
I'm going back to my backhand, throwing my DD3. A little low, but I'm out of the gap, and that's all that really matters. So Cam here is throwing Star Destroyer, and he's actually throwing the hyzer route over and around everything.
Hey, you made it around.
Nice. Thank you.
Well, he hit the line.
The wind does not like it, but
I don't know what it looked like after it passed the trees.
Ian saw that and he said, hey, I'm going to do that as well. Throwing his Colossus.
buy it. Yeah, baby.
And yeah,
Great
they were
shot.
both great shots. Throwing that hyzer route really opens up the second shot for the righty. They can play around that big tree that you see there.
A little wide.
And I'm throwing DD3 again there. That was looking pretty good, maybe a little short, if anything, but the basket sits on a little downslope, probably 80 feet behind this big tree that you see right here in the middle. Andrew sticking to his forehand, and that one came up a little short. He hit the base of the tree there.
It looks like he throws it a little high. Let's see how much glide it has there.
That worked out good. Did he get through?
And it was a little short.
So he just puts it under the basket. And Andy has this headwind putt from circle 2.
It's really high. Oh my goodness.
And he drains it. That was a big putt, kind of a death putt with the slope behind the basket.
It's going to be a nice birdie for him. And you're coming back uphill.
I am coming back uphill with the tailwind.
Oh, just
And
carried.
it just exposed it a little too much.
Good line. And Cam pulls it a little bit to the right.
Yeah, I got a little windy in this moment on this green, so
Yeah, you can see the trees moving back there. But it's definitely a birdie that you wanted there.
Ian puts it in for his 4, and Cam's going to do the same. So Andrew takes a stroke on the card there with that big putt. Moving on to hole 7, it's a short uphill hole, plays probably around 280, 300 feet. really small, tight, distinct line. And Andrew throws the forehand and sneakily gets through all the trees.
Now, the basket's going to be about 80 to 90 feet out of the tree line, and a forehand or a turnover out of the gap is going to be perfect to get to the pin. So Cam's going to go forehand here.
Oh my
And
god.
looks like he hits those early trees.
Exactly what I want.
Ian's going with the Colossus again.
Wow, it's a really fast disc to be.
He throws it very well, though.
You get your angle control
Missed
right.
it all early.
And here's Cam's up shot. Not too difficult here. Just putting it on the basket. I have a long putt maybe, but not really much hope for that one going in.
Was this Ian's drive?
Yes.
Wow, he got it way out there.
And he almost put that one in. And here's Andrew's drive, just inside the circle.
And he cashes it. Wow. So, I believe Andrew's going to be 5 down through 7 on the beginning of the second round.
Yeah, that's a really, really good start. And he's definitely pulling away.
So the next hole is one of the longer holes on the course.
Yeah, over 1,000 feet, par 5. Your first shot is really just throwing it as far as you want. You just want to keep it in the mode part of the fairway.
Look at that open field. You just let one rip.
Andrew going destroyer here. And yeah, that's fine. He's got good distance on it.
Yeah, there's not much trouble to be had on this fairway. You definitely don't want to pull it right. There's a little bit of long grass on the left side, but
I'm throwing my lightweight S-Line DD3.
getting a good flip on it there.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah, that's cruising. That's gonna be a nice shot.
I was a little worried that I thought I turned it over too much, but it fought well. We got Cam here, throwing a Star Destroyer as well.
Ooh, hopefully he doesn't flip up too much. Oh no.
And yeah, unfortunately he did flip it a little too much and found himself in the rough.
So Ian with his trusty Colossus. It's a little high. And it doesn't look like it got all of that flip.
But it's still alright. The fairway's so big that he will still have a good chance at making birdie.
So he got lucky here. He has a view of the fairway. Luckily he's not buried in there. And throws a nice patent pending back out into the fairway. Makes some distance.
He's kind of a little on the edge of the rough there still, but it was a really nice shot from the standstill.
And you see Ian, he did catch a little bit of that tall grass on the left side of the fairway here, but it seems to be no problem.
Yeah, that's in great position there right before those trees.
Yeah, I like that.
There's the basket. You do have water 30-40 feet behind this basket. And Andrew Marweed not trying to bite off too much. He's just playing position golf here.
Oh, you didn't like that as soon as it came out of your hand.
No, I definitely held on to that one a little long, and I'm going to be in the rough.
It's really difficult to get aggressive going through this gap here to get to the basket, because if you go in with some speed and it kicks one of those trees, it could kick you really deep on the right side of the
Hasn't landed yet.
It's not going to put you in good position.
And that was a beautiful forehand by Cameron. He hit the line that he wanted to perfectly, and it put him inside circle 1.
Wow, that's great. And Andrew does the exact same thing. So this is you.
I think this is Ian.
Oh,
Yeah, this is Ian. That was a forehand. a little long. I think he's on the edge of the circle. And yep, here I go into the woods to find my shot. I'm just trying to find every which way to get out.
Wow, great shot.
And luckily I found the smallest window through my FD3 and put it right under the basket.
So Ian looks like he went a little long.
Ian, yeah, just a little. I think he's edge of circle one, maybe just outside. But he makes a really nice putt
Great
through
putt.
some trees. Here's Andrew tapping in his birdie 4.
Yeah, that was a really clean birdie that he took on this hole. He played that very well.
There's my birdie 4, and Cameron is going to tap in his birdie 4, meaning you just saw 4 different ways to birdie this hole.
There's our tournament director.
Some of the fans and spectators following lead card. And we got one more hole to close out the front 9. Hole 9 plays uphill the entire way over an OB road and then keeps going straight. Andrew throws a beautiful forehand, positioning himself on the right side of the fairway.
That's gonna be a good spot.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm going back to my backhand DD3 here, just trying to bite off some distance. And I threw it a little high. Got a nasty
Did it just get-
tree kick
It just went like
from that tree right in the middle.
Left.
Oh,
Pretty
I thought
far
I got
left.
caught up in that tree.
Oh no.
We got Cam throwing a Diamond Diablo here.
Oh my god.
It looks like he hung on to that a little bit.
That was a
Threw it off.
bad case of the grip
You
lock
get
there,
on.
Cam.
You didn't get on another tee pad, did you?
I think I did, maybe.
I think you did.
Sounds
Damn.
like it.
And we got Ian here.
Not the grip.
Looks like he's gonna go backhand.
Yeah, with the backhand, you really want to just kind of keep it straight and really just get as much distance as you can off this tee.
He hits the gap. He's getting a little turn there.
Yeah, and I think he hit that tree right in the middle as well, didn't sneak by it cleanly. And Cam's miss throw landed him right on the second tee pad. So he had some nice footing. Trying to throw the forehand here, but could not find a lane. There's the basket. Keep in mind, between us and the basket, there is an OB road. And that's where my drive landed. I got that nasty kick, so I'm going to be looking to throw a forehand through a small line.
Oh my gosh. You got through all of those trees, and you ended up hitting the tree that's probably just on the edge of circle 1 there by the basket.
Yep. Ian's looking to line up this forehand. And I think he still hit some of the trees and was a little short. Cam's got this lane.
So this is going to be his third shot.
You got a cam?
Looks like it's really
Yeah.
going to be a good shot.
That was a really good shot. He put it, I think, pretty close to the basket, inside 10 feet. Finally up to Andrew's drive. And he's looking at throwing a forehand kind of around the outside.
Oh yeah, that had a nice finish to it.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Oh yeah, Ian did end up hitting those trees a little early there on his upshot, so he's gonna throw another one to get it up to the basket here.
Very nice forehand approach. Something that Ian is very good at. And here's Cameron's putt for actually a really nice 4
Nice
par save.
Wow, great putt. I think that's his second jump putt that I saw him make. It looks like he's pretty confident in those today.
Here's my putt for birdie from about 20 feet uphill.
Just sneaking it over the basket.
And I'll take that.
Andrew went just a little deep on his upshot, but should be no problem.
Yeah, nice putt, nice birdie. Andy is on a roll. And Ian is going to tap in his par here. And there we go. There is the first half, the front 9. You got Andrew at 7 down through 9 holes, myself at 2 down through 9 holes, Ian at 1 down, and Cameron at even.
Yeah, Andrew's really pulled himself away from you guys here in the front 9. We'll see if he keeps the momentum going in the back.
See you guys there.